This is the corrections video for Alfred's Essentials of Music Theory, Lesson 26. This is the first one in the Blue Book. All right, we learned that tetra, meaning four, chords, meaning notes, are a series of four notes that are the building blocks for our major scales. The pattern of those building blocks is whole step, half step. So it tells us that we are starting on G. Before we draw any notes on the staff, let's just get our note names in there. It is easier, I promise. We cannot skip a letter and we cannot repeat a letter. So G up a whole step is going to be A. A up a whole step is going to be B. And B up a half step is going to be C. Remember that B and C are a half step apart because they are part of our red flag zone. So now let's go ahead and draw in these notes. We're in the bass clef, so we have great for our G. We have all cows eat grass. We have great big dogs fight animals, and we have all cows eat grass. And then we're going to go ahead and add our stems. That's our first tetrachord. Now we're going to do the same thing starting on C. Now, this is higher up on the staff, and so some of us are going to be inclined to want to go down, but that is false. Tetrachords must always ascend. Otherwise, the pattern isn't going to be correct, and that defeats the purpose of doing this. So we're going to have C, whole step, half step. C up a whole step is going to be D. D up a whole step is going to be E. And E up a half step is going to be F because, again, this is one of our red flag zones. Excellent. Now, on number two, it wants us to do the whole scale. And as we create scales, we're going to use our tetrachords as the two halves of the scale. Oh, wait, look, we forgot to draw our notes. So C, every good boy does, because we are in treble clef. F-A-C-E, face in the space. And every good boy does fine on the lines. All right, sorry about that. Okay, up next, we're going to do our whole scale. So we're going to start with splitting this up in half. We're going to have one tetrachord here starting on C, and we're going to have a second tetrachord over here starting on an unknown note. We'll get there when we get there. So from C, we need a whole step, half step. Then remember that this line right here is super important. We cannot skip our whole step bridge. It bridges us between tetrachord 1 and tetrachord 2. Then we're going to have another whole step, half step. Now, C, again, we're going to start with just the letters. We're not going to draw any notes yet. C up a whole step is D. We know that because we've already done this work. So let's go ahead and plug that C tetrachord into our story. C, D, E, F. Remember, we have a red flag right here between E and F. Now we need our whole step bridge. A whole step up from F is going to be G. Now we're going to start over with a new tetrachord on G. And again, we've already done this work. Granted, we did it in bass clef, but the letters are going to remain the same. So G up a whole step is A, up a whole step is B, up a half step is C because of our red flag zone. Now the last thing that we have to do is actually draw in the notes. C, D for the door, E as in every, F as in face, whole step bridge, G as in every good, A as in F-A-C-E, B as in every good boy, and finally C as in F-A-C-E, face in the space. Then all we have to do is add our stems, and we are happy. We are done. Well done, kiddos. All right, now this is asking us if each of these notes is a whole step or a half step. I highly encourage you to start by writing in the note names. Okay, we have E as in every and D as in door. Next we have E as in every and F as in face. I want you to pay attention because this is a red flag zone. The red flag zone is between E and F. Up next, we have C as in F-A-C-E and B as in every good boy. Again, B and C is a red flag zone. Next up, you need to have transitioned to bass clef, where we have C and B for all cows eat grass and great big dogs fight animals. This is a red flag zone. Up next, we have E as in all cows eat and F as in great big dogs fight. E and F is a red flag zone. And lastly, we have C as in all cows and D as in great big dogs. All right, so now we know that all letters, if they don't have sharps or flats on them, are going to be whole steps apart unless they are part of our red flag zone. So E to D, whole step. E to F, half step, red flag. C to B, half step, red flag. C to B, half step, red flag. E to F, half step, red flag. C to D, whole step. Okay, anything that you have that doesn't match mine, please make sure that it is marked with a red pencil and then submit your screenshot on Canvas.